I'll leave you with it.
Okay. Hi everyone. How's everyone doing today? Sorry, I'd rather have a conversation rather than present to you because I'm really nervous. And when I'm nervous, I talk fast. And okay, I talk fast in general, but when I'm nervous, I talk even faster. So I'm very sorry. I'll try and slow down. Yeah. My book, thank you. Oh gosh, it's so weird to be here and to see my face on this. I actually didn't know my face was going to be on the back. I didn't want it to be until I got it, and Chris was like, "It looks great," and I'm like, "No, I don't want my face on the back." But yeah, so I just thought I'd share with you the story. So here's how it all began. This place right here, this is Port Arthur. So when I was in grade 6, which was 2007. My family, the 4 of us, my brother, my parents, me, and my uncle, my auntie, and my 2 cousins, we all went on a holiday to Tasmania. And one of the places we visited was Port Arthur. So for those of you who don't really know, Port Arthur, back in the day, was an old convict settlement. So when Australia had all the convicts come over from Britain, that was one of the places they went to. So as a kid, I have a very vivid imagination, and I was just so... I was so taken in by this place because it's a prison, you know, and it's so cool to have to walk in the same place that prisoners walked on. So we went on tour, and I don't know if you can see here. So we went on tour, and we all got playing cards, and they told us to hold on to these playing cards because at the end there's going to be a surprise for us. So I thought I'm going to get a prize, right? I'm going to get like this free thing. So I'm like, yes. So we all got cards, and as you do when you're a kid, you hand everything to your mom because your mom has to look after everything for you. So I gave my card to my mom. I'm pretty sure I didn't get this one, but yeah, so when she gave it back to me, she gave me back this. And so they told us, take this card, and you're going to go into this room, and you're going to find whoever person this card is assigned to. So I was like, oh, okay, no free prize, it's okay. I'll have a look. So we go into this room, and I'm looking for whoever has this, and it's a little boy named Walter Paisley. So the story on his little cutout was that his friends were in trouble, and they were punished by going into the solitary confinement cells. So this guy decided he wanted to go in there and make them laugh. So as he's telling these guys really rude jokes, someone walks in, catches him, and then he gets punished. So I thought, like, that was pretty funny, you know, and I would, if this guy was alive, I would love to meet him because I thought he was a really cool person. So I think that was where the story started. I kind of had like this very vague short story going on, but I couldn't find an ending to it. So 2013, I stopped writing this. 2013, for a few years I stopped writing, and I finished year 12. So at the end of year 12, you get really excited. You want to like burn your books because, you know, do it in like a campfire and sing songs because you're just so excited because you never have to remember anything again. You kind of do. You really do. So please remember everything. So yeah, and then I kind of started on this book, and I remembered this Walter Paisley guy, and because he was real, he kind of stuck with me because that's like the first convict I've ever heard about. So I started researching this guy, and I saw this article on the internet, and it said that according to his records, his life was a failure. So I read it, and I felt really bad for him. You know, as weird as that sounds, I don't even know this guy. But I felt bad because he's not here, obviously, he's dead. And now people are saying that, you know, his life seemed like it was a failure. And personally, I don't like judging people, so I felt bad. So I started researching him a little bit more, and I discovered that in the end, his life wasn't a failure. He left prison, and he went on, he got into a few marriages, a lot of them died, he just kept getting married, but he was really well known in Tasmania, and especially in a little place outside Hobart. And if you go to Tasmania, if you ever go, there's the Maritime Museum of Tasmania, and there's a dinghy there, and that dinghy is actually built by him, so you can go and have a look. It's lasted that long, which is really cool. So I think while researching this book is kind of like a way of slightly explaining his life, or slightly trying to understand where he would have come from a child growing up into an adult. And I think one thing that I learnt while researching him is that sometimes we can all have things in our life. We can all make mistakes, and some of these mistakes can be really small, and other times they can be really big, and they can have profound effects on your life. Just like Walter, he stole, and he got shipped all the way from England to Australia, and he had no one. But one thing I've learned from him is that no matter what happens, you are the one that is in control of your life, and you're the one that can make a decision to change. He made that decision to change, and when he died, a lot of people knew who he was, and a lot of people knew him for someone who was really funny and very outgoing and very witty. So I believe that no matter what you've gone through, no matter where you've come from, just like the saying is, it doesn't matter how you started, it matters how you end. So I think that's one thing I've really taken from him. So this book is based on his life. A few of the things I added a little creative touch to, but majority of the facts there are about his life. And it's really cool because this front cover is actually his convict record. So if you look really closely, if you have really good eyes, you can actually read the cursive writing, which I think is really cool. Yeah, so I think now I'm meant to do a reading. Yes, cool, okay. So please bear with me on this. I'm gonna take that one. I was talking to a few friends, and I was thinking of putting on a British accent, which I do many times to get myself in the mood, but I thought that would be really embarrassing. So I'm not gonna do that. Cool, okay. So I'm just gonna read a little bit of chapter 1, because I'm not gonna, you guys can read that for yourselves. So, okay, here we go. Is everyone ready? Everyone's ears open? Okay, cool, I'm gonna start. So, chapter 1. The youngest son of Charlotte Wilkins sat alone near the riverbank, aimlessly skipping rocks across the dark blue waters. His name was Peter, an 8-year-old boy who, unlike his brothers who found causing mischief to be fun and entertaining, preferred the quiet life, sitting down and admiring nature's beautiful displays, listening to the songbirds make their sweet music as the wind blew softly through the trees. A subtle peace surrounded him every time he heard the soft splashes of the water and the quiet song of insects chirping in the long grass he sat amongst. Green foliage surrounded him, their reflection dancing ever so gently on the water. The sky remained bright blue, like his small, bright blue eyes, its soft clouds rolling and swirling above him, like his soft, brown hair slicked back by a wet comb. He paid close attention to his surroundings, hoping one day he could make his way on a little boat into the middle of the water and sit there surrounded by such beauty under the joyful sunshine. Peter's daily visits to the lake ended shortly after his 10th birthday, when his father failed to return home. 2 days later, the family discovered he had run away with a woman 15 years younger than himself. From then on, the light blue skies seemed duller, the waters much dirtier. Charlotte decided it was best to take her 4 sons and all the money her husband had not taken before his elopement and leave Wales to make for England to begin a new life, soon settling in Aylesbury. However, it was not long after the move that the lack of a strong leader and father figure for the Wilkins household began to encourage the rude and mischievous behavior of the boys. Their mother took upon herself a quiet nature, never being one to shout or become angry, and very quickly her lack of discipline allowed their intolerant behavior to follow. Charlotte's inability to care for her family meant that the troublesome boys had to find ways to make ends meet, like other boys their age, turning to acts unfavorable in the eyes of the law. It was then that the negative behavior of his elder brother soon began to influence Peter.
Instead of listening to the cicadas sing each afternoon as the sun set upon the horizon, Peter would much rather be out in the streets talking loudly and screaming profanities. Instead of skipping rocks across the waters, he would skip rocks across the road as people went about their day. In the year following their father's elopement, when their money had run out and they were forced to move into a cramped home in the city slums, illness overtook Charlotte's body, forcing her to spend her days quietly in bed. It was one such hard day when Peter's elder brother stole a loaf of bread from the bakery down the road from their home. The irresistible and mouth-watering smell had tormented them every morning, and with no one to provide for the family of 5, the desperate juvenile saw it as his only option. When his plan turned sour, Hendrik did not run home. Instead, he ran elsewhere in order to lose the police officers who were chasing him so they could not find the residence of his family. However, he was caught, and soon after, never to be seen again. The news of the loss of her eldest son broke Charlotte's already crippling heart. Since that time, Charlotte's eldest son, Kingston, had forced upon himself the responsibility of bringing happiness to his mother by desperately trying to fill the hole in her heart caused by the loss of her eldest son. The pressure had become too great, and soon Kingston was caught for the same crime committed by his brother and, with that, was taken away. His hands tied behind his back and head forced down by the police, leaving his 2 remaining younger brothers hiding in an alleyway, watching helplessly. So if you want to read more, if you want to read more, then we have plenty of copies available. While I'm here, I thought I would say I really, really, really appreciate every single one of you for coming. It means so much to me. This is my first book launch, so I'm very nervous. But thank you so much. I think mainly thank you to my mom and dad. You both have, if you didn't have me, I wouldn't be here, so thank you for that. And thank you, Mom, for naming me Danielle, because apparently she liked Danielle Steele books when she was younger. And she wasn't meant to name me Danielle after her, but she did, so thank you for doing that, because I might not have written a book. Thank you to my brother and his beautiful wife. Thank you so much for your support and your love. I really appreciate you so much, and I love you both. Thank you, Sonia, for all the food that you guys are about to see and all of that decor. She did an awesome job. Thank you very much. Thank you, Uncle Michael, for being very eloquent, more eloquent than me, and I'm a writer, which is really bad. And thank you, Chris and Anna Jackson. These guys have made my dream come true. Honestly, I am so thankful for both of you. You do not know how much it means for to have someone believe in me and to put time and effort and everything into my work. So thank you, both of you. You both are lovely people. And if you ever want to publish a book, you know who to go to. These guys are amazing. So yeah, thank you very much for being here. Thank you so much for taking time off. We have food and everything. I will show you where it is. You have to kind of go around the library. And my uncle will show you where that is. So yes, we have signing stuff here. So you can come and grab a copy. I have a really cool pen that I'm really excited to use. Honestly, it's so cool. It's like one of those inky pens. Thank you, Carolina. Yeah, cool. So thank you very much, everyone. I appreciate you all. Yeah, thank you.